Welcome to the Sports Jam for the week of October 1st. I'm John Jacobson.
And I'm Jay Wilcox. Ahead today on the show, highlights from football, volleyball, cross country, soccer, tennis, and believe it or not, more.
And Jason Melillo looks back at some of the September standouts on the fields of play from this fall.
Maple Grove's girls swimming and diving team is a perennial power in the Northwest Suburban Conference. The Crimson hosted a strong field of teams at the annual Maple Grove Invitational on Saturday. In the 100 butterfly, Mackenzie Merriam wins for Wayzata. Her time is 59.91. Madison Price is second for the Trojans. In the 100 freestyle, a close race between Armstrong's Brooke Evenson and Maple Grove's Aaron Buck. Buck touches home first for the win. The Falcons do get a win in the next race as Courtney Evenson wins the 500 freestyle. Her time is 5:09.63. In the 200 freestyle relay, Emma Paulson anchors Wayzata to an easy win. Their time is 1:41.6. 100 backstroke, Aaron Buck takes it for Maple Grove. Her winning time is 59.27. The last race of the day is the 400 freestyle relay. Wayzata's team of Paulson, Merriam, Zoe 2, and Price take first. They win it in a time of 4 minutes, 6.44 seconds. Wayzata wins the meet with 481 points, with host Maple Grove in second at 312. Wausau East is third, 1 point ahead of Cretin-Durham Hall. Armstrong takes fifth.
In prep football, all 5 Lake Conference teams are ranked in the top 10 in the new Class 6A. Number 2, Wayzata met up with rival Minnetonka. Trojans hit the field on the skipper's home turf. Reed Pedersen zipped the pass out in the flat to Sam Gustafson. He's down on the Tonka 12-yard line on this play. It sets up Pedersen for the quarterback sneak. Wayzata goes up 7-0 early in the first quarter. It's a good defensive battle. Trojans QB Nick Olmanson chased down by the skippers Jack Burns and Gabe Anderson, and that forces a Wayzata punt. Daniel Davis gets the pressure on Nick Rooney here, and Will Long steps in front of the pass, smooth sailing on the return. Long brings it back 91 yards for a touchdown, a huge turning point late in the first half, as it looked like the skippers might be going in to score. 14-0 Trojans. Their defense is solid all night. Chris Wibson puts a quick halt to this run. The Trojans protect the lead well, and they win a tough battle 14-0 over Minnetonka.
Osseo's football team looked for its 5th straight win on the field Friday. It's all defense in the first quarter. Osseo's Troy Cray with a nice pursuit and sack on Andover quarterback Connor Wilkie here on this play. Bridge Tussler on a counter play for Osseo. He's taken out though by Andover's Austin Lorch, and it's scoreless through 1 quarter of play. In the second quarter, Andover strikes. Wilkie with a play-action pass to Tyler Evans for a 30-yard touchdown. The Huskies lead 7-3 at halftime. But in the second half, Osseo goes exclusively to a ground attack, and it works. Tussler barrels to inside the 10-yard line on this nice run here. And Craig caps a drive with a 3-yard touchdown, and Osseo goes into the lead. On the ensuing kickoff, Osseo executes a perfect onside kick. It's recovered by Isaac Osman on the play, and the Orioles take advantage as Tussler crashes in on a 2-yard run. This one will make it 16-7. And Tussler scores again on a 5-yard run in the fourth quarter to make it 22-7 Osseo. The Orioles win at 22-13 to remain unbeaten on the field, that is. John, the Orioles got some bad news off the field.
That was announced Monday morning. They'll have to forfeit their first 2 season-opening wins over Centennial and Maple Grove because of the use of an ineligible player.
That's right, kind of an administrative error that will cost those wins for them. The good news, though, is that in the new 2-division setup in the Northwest Suburban in football, those were not considered conference games, so they still could end up winning their division. Also in Northwest Suburban football, Ricky Foggy in Park Center hosting Armstrong. The Pirates D comes up big in the first quarter as Sharon Hawley-Lewis leads the charge to stop Wilson Curtis on this 4th and goal play. But after forcing a short punt, Armstrong takes advantage after the quarter break as Michael Elder nails the 26-yard field goal to make it 3-0 Falcons. Late in the first half, Park Center trying to tie it up, but Chris Madsen's kick is blocked by Glory Mutanda. Christopher Haugen scoops up the loose ball, and before a lot of players realize what's happening, he takes off. The clock runs to 0 during this play, so it's end zone or bust, and Pirates kicker Madsen hustles back to make the stop. The homecoming Pirates crowd sees Armstrong get the running game going in the third. Ethan Carpenter carries the ball 19 times in the second half and scores on this 16-yard sweep to put the Falcons up 9-0 after a missed extra point. Park Center also gets the rushing attack moving, and Antoine Scott finishes the drive with a short run. This pulls the Pirates within 9-7. But new Falcons coach Dave Frizzell gets his first win. His D bends but doesn't break from there. And then the offense will eat up the rest of the clock with a long drive as Armstrong wins at 9-7. Carpenter talked about getting his chance to carry the ball after playing defense in the first half.
Whenever I talk about running, I always talk about balance and vision. I think those are the two things that really matter. You know, power is great. I probably should have ran with more power. Probably would have helped me, but, you know, balance and vision is what it's about.
Nice to get that first win for the Falcons. Well, like Park Center, it was homecoming week for Breck. The homecoming tent set up Saturday afternoon in Golden Valley. Breck's in blue against St. Paul Academy. Graydon Kulik throwing to Tylen Hollis for the touchdown. 7-0 Mustangs in the second quarter. They maintained that lead with the help of this interception by Anton Goujon, hauling in the tip pass, and remains 7-0 Mustangs. In the fourth quarter, though, the Spartans get on the board. Michael O'Shea goes up top to Luke Bishop for a 34-yard strike. Extra point, though, is blocked, and Breck stays in front, 7-6. Breck increases the lead with this run. Derek Watala makes a nice cut and goes 22 yards to the end zone for a touchdown, 14-6 Breck. SPA makes a late bid, but defensive end Michael Marzak knocks down the pass, seals the win for Breck, their second of the season, 14-6 the final. In volleyball, Champlin Park faced one of their big rivals Thursday night and one of the co-leaders in the Northwest Suburban Conference. The Rebels hosting Anoka. Anoka on the far side in game one. Megan Lindensfelter goes over for the point there. Off the Rebels serve, Abby Sisk. Nice back set to Kelsey Green for the kill. 15-10 Tornadoes. Brittany Larson drops in a nice float serve here for an ace for Champlin Park. The Rebels fall 25-16 in game one. Game two off the serve by Sisk. The Rebels can't get the pass on target. And it's a point for the Tornadoes. Soft hands by Anoka on this play. Cassie Green tips it outside. They pull out a 25-21 win in game two. Champlin Park's in scramble mode on this point in game three, and Caitlin Kurz does get the kill for the Rebels point, but it's Anoka taking this one as well. They set up Cassie Green for the kill as the Tornadoes sweep the Rebels.
Totino Grace hosting Spring Lake Park in North Suburban Conference action. Despite a good serve for Spring Lake Park, the Eagles get their offense going. Erin Opat finding an open spot in the middle of the court here. And the Eagles take a 15-8 lead in the first game. They stay in control of that first one. Emma shoots with the back set to Opat for the kill, as the Eagles take a 25-18 win in the first game. TG builds an early lead in the second. Hope Schiller with the pass to Schutz for the set to Megan Heinrichs for the kill, and an 8-4 lead. The Eagles closing in on another win in that second game, and they get this point with defense. Schiller and Heinrichs are there for the block. Grace takes a 25-17 win in game two. And game three is more of the same as Grace takes control. Schiller gets the kill on this point as the Eagles roll to a sweep to improve to 6-0 in conference matches. And Totino Grace leads the North Suburban Conference. They're just ahead of Benilde St. Margaret's and also North Branch.
And Chisago Lake's right in the mix, too, so it should be a good race down the stretch in the North Suburban the rest of the way. Still to come here on Sports Jam, highlights from soccer, tennis, plus a big cross-country meet. Stay with us.
Welcome back to Sports Jam, and time to talk cross-country.
The Griak Invitational, hosted by the University of Minnesota, draws many of the best collegiate and high school runners from around the country. The 25th annual meet run on a warm Saturday at the U's Les Bolstead Golf Course. Wayzata, one of 50 teams running in the boys' top division at the Griak, the gold. A good finish, too, as Bismarck, North Dakota's Jake Leingang in the maroon outkicks Carl Hirsch from Brookfield, Wisconsin for the win in a time of 15 minutes, 42.37 seconds. Hopkins' Joe Klecker in the black top and shorts comes in with the best time among local runners, 16 minutes, 11.27 seconds. He finishes ninth. Connor Olson of Wayzata, 9 seconds after Klecker to place 13th. Wayzata's team cracks the top 10. And in the girls' gold race, also run over a 5K course, the race winner, Maria Hauger of Shakopee, the three-time defending Minnesota State champion, crosses first in 17 minutes and 50 seconds. Wayzata's Anna French in the blue top is the top local runner. French finishes 16th overall, crossing in 19 minutes, 19 seconds. Sarah Klecker is the top girl to finish for Hopkins. Michaela Keller-Miller of Wayzata also there in the top 30. Dowling Catholic of Iowa wins the boys' gold division. Bismarck is second, with Madison West of Wisconsin fourth. Redondo Union of California is fourth overall. Edina, the top Minnesota team, the Hornets place fifth, and Wayzata is in eighth place. In the girls' division, Naperville North from Illinois takes the championship. Redondo Union is second. Egan is third, just edging out Wayzata. And Dowling Catholic of Iowa rounds out the top five.
With the Buffalo Cross Country Invitational switching to just teams that are in Buffalo's section, Osseo and a few other local schools had an open date. So the Orioles put together a meet at Elm Creek. Maple Grove, Armstrong, and Cooper also on hand as former longtime coach Jim Dean of Osseo gets the girls' race started. And it's a close finish in red and white. Centennial's Megan Keenholtz edges Jane Body of North St. Paul for the win. After another North St. Paul runner, Armstrong's Anna Nachbor and Hannah Rudd are fourth and fifth, respectively, on a good day for the Falcons girls. Cooper's Natalie Kessler is next in sixth place. And it's the boys' turn to take their 5,000-meter run. Jonathan Keller is the first of four straight Centennial runners as they dominate. Armstrong's John Delaney and Nathan Comer are fifth and sixth. Host Osseo's first runner in is Alex Naughton in eighth place. Armstrong's Joel Thayer is 11th, and my cousin, Mitch Kramer of Osseo. Way to go, Mitch, he's 12th. The Centennial boys roll to an easy win with Armstrong second and Osseo third. Cooper is fifth and Maple Grove sixth. Centennial and Armstrong tie for the girls' title, with Centennial winning the tiebreaker. Osseo, Cooper, and Maple Grove are 4, 5, and 6.
In girls soccer, Wayzata is trying to keep pace with Minnetonka for the Lake Conference lead. Second meeting of the season between the Trojans and the Hornets. First half, a Wayzata free kick by Kylie Schwartz is headed in by Katie Schultz. 1-0 Trojans. Second half, Schwartz's pass into the middle ends up on the foot of Olivia Musser here. She buries the shot. 2-0 Wayzata. Mara Doherty makes a nice save off the corner kick here and gets the shutout. Wayzata wins it 2-0. In the boys' match between those schools, scoreless through the first half, but Wayzata strikes in the second. Chase Haller with a long pass. When Edina can't clear the ball, Garrick Jackway places a nice shot just over the goalie. That makes it 1-0 Trojans, and that's the final. Wayzata gets a season sweep of the Hornets.
It's right from the end of the regular season into section play this week in girls tennis. Maple Grove is playing well heading into playoff time. The Crimson hosted Coon Rapids in their last Northwest Suburban Conference match. Number one singles, Maple Grove's Jillian Clausen is in the far court. After a looping backhand, she goes for the sharp winner here against Emily Bauer. In the number one doubles match, Maple Grove's duo of Elisa Hoffman and Jessica Berry is in the far court against Rosie Granger and Sarah Brinda. Maple Grove pulls out a close 4-3 team win in this one, and we will hear from the Crimson later in the show. Also in girls tennis, the Cooper Hawks hosting Minneapolis South. Cooper 7th grader Lainey Axel is in the near court at number one singles. Her forehand sets up a backhand winner. Axel beats Bella Larson 6-1, 6-1. Second singles, and Cooper's Erica Salas is in the far court against Kelly Winchell. The second backhand down the line for Salas will net her the point as Winchell gets to it, but can't get the return in play here. Salas wins the match 7-5, 6-1. To number one doubles, Kirsten White serves for Cooper, and then she'll go outside down the line for the point to fool him as White and Katie Filesticker win the match over Alex Pythian and Molly Wicks 6-1, 6-3. Sarah Tinklenberg serves, and partner Amanda Nyquist puts the volley up the middle as Cooper takes this number two doubles match on the way to a 6-1 team win.
Back to swimming and diving, where only 2 weeks remain in the regular season. Champlain Park visiting Park Center in a dual meet last week. 200-yard freestyle, Sydney Stordahl of Champlain Park on the left wins in a time of 2 minutes, 18.13 seconds. Another win for the Rebels in the 200-yard IM. Joanna Baumeister wins in a time of 2 minutes, 30.51 seconds. 50-free, top 3 finishers were within 1700ths of a second of each other. Natasha Schalk of Park Center places first in a time of 29.04 seconds. The Champlin Park wins the meet 89-79.
In adapted soccer, the defending state PI Division champion Robins from Robbinsdale, Hopkin, Mound West, Tonka are looking for more again. The Robins at home against Park Center in their season opener. First half, and the Robins, Mike Madsen with a nice cross-court pass to Joe Dubasar for the one-timer goal. Later in the first, Madsen will take it himself. He scores with the left foot, and that makes it 4-0 Robins. Second half, and Sean Johnson's pass goes all the way through to Baylor Miller, and she'll bury the shot for a 5-0 lead. And Johnson gets a steal, makes a move in the middle, and scores a nice goal for the Robins 8th grader here. They win this opener 7-1, and no surprise really, John, to see the Robins starting their season with another win.
Got some good scores, and Charlie Whitmer in net, so they have a chance to make it 5 championships in a row later this fall. Next up in our Sports Jam Spotlight, meet a trio of prep athletes from the area who help their teams excel on the fields of play in September. The fall sports season for September is now in the books. We had a lot of great games and great highlights. And this week on the show, we're introducing a new twist to the Sports Jam Spotlight. Here's Jason Melillo with a look back at some of the best performances by local athletes last month.
Maple Grove midfielder Kaylee Beat has been the offensive spark plug for the Crimson girls soccer team this fall. The senior had scored 13 goals through Friday and helped lead MG to second place in the Northwest Suburban, including a huge victory over conference leader Andover. In that game, the Crimson clobbered the Huskies 5-0 behind 2 goals from Beat.
She elevated her play to a point that, and she had some very much highlight reel goals. A header that, a misdirection off, going from one side of the play to the other. A bad angle shot that she, took at pace when the defender's right on her hip and put in. There were some big goals and some big situations.
I didn't really picture myself as getting 13 goals this season. In the past seasons, I've been more of like an assist player, getting the ball to other players to score, and scoring all these goals is just not really what I was expecting at all. And I'm proud of myself, actually.
Hopkins senior Nora Reed is a big reason the Royals are 12-2 and ranked 5th in the state. A deadly attacker, Reed had 11 kills in Hopkins' victory over Lake Conference rival Wayzata, and she has nearly 200 kills on the season. Reed has been on the varsity since her sophomore year and has a great blend of talent and experience. But it's her efficiency as a hitter that makes Reed such a special player.
She carries a huge load for us on offense, and she doesn't take a ton of swings, but we get her the ball as much as we can in the middle, but she hits at a really high efficiency. She terminates a lot of the balls that she swings at, so that's good, and that helps us a lot.
You know when you're gonna get a good kill, you know if the set's there, and so when I see like an open net, I get so excited.
Providence Academy sophomore running back Ryan Richelson is making a case to be the Lions' first option out of the backfield. Richelson is a straight-ahead runner that never shies away from contact, but he has speed too. Richelson rushed for 268 yards in the Lions' victory over Blake, including a school record 99-yard touchdown run on Providence's first offensive possession of the game.
It was definitely a good play. Definitely good blocking. It was a whole team effort, blocking, especially downfield. I know Pieper and Harrison and Connor White came down and blocking alongside me. But yeah, it was overall a good team effort for that run.
He's like Mike Allstott. I mean, I told him to go home and Google what he looks like, and he's just looking for a physical all the time.
Closing the book on the prep sports season for September 2012, there are 3 of our best. Jason Melillo, 12 Sports.
Ryan Richelson, by the way, is one of 3 brothers on the Providence Academy football team. Eric Richelson is a senior tight end, and Matt Richelson is a freshman quarterback. Sports Jam returns in a moment as Jay talks tennis with the Maple Grove girls.
Welcome back to Sports Jam. As the calendar turns to October, it's playoff time already in girls tennis, and we're today joined by the Maple Grove Crimson, who have closed the regular season strong, and a couple of their captains, and also Coach Dan Hartle. And we'll start with Elisa Hoffman. How much fun has it been to play well down the stretch of the regular season here for you guys?
It's been great. I wasn't really expecting us to be all that awesome this year. We lost two really good players last year, but honestly, all the girls have been doing awesome, and I'm really proud of everyone. Like, we have a pretty good record, and so far it's been fun, and I've enjoyed my years playing.
Have you guys excelled more in singles or doubles, or has it been a little bit of both that have carried you?
Well, I personally played first doubles, and our record is 7-2 so far, so we're doing really well. But I mean, our singles girls are doing well too. I don't know their exact record, but I know we're doing pretty well.
Does it feel like the season really goes by quick? Is it hard to believe that it's already kind of playoff time already?
Yeah, it goes by so fast, and for me, it's my senior year, so I'm completely done after this, and it's my last conference game tonight, so it's crazy to think that it will be over soon.
All right, nice job in the regular season. Have fun in the playoffs.
Thank you.
And Selena Barrett, you certainly have had some good matches down the stretch of the season as a team. Has it been a little bit of a surprise? Have you guys done a little better than maybe what you would have thought when the season first started?
Yeah, definitely. And like Elisa said, we lost a couple of really good players last year. But I think as it turns out, we have a lot more depth this year. So we are winning more matches in our lower singles and doubles teams. And I think that is very beneficial to the team. So
maybe teams like Centennial are pretty tough to beat in the conference, but a lot of the teams right after them seem like they're real close. You guys, Champlain Park, even Elk River, although they're pretty good, Blaine, teams like that. Has it been fun to have some close matches where you don't come to the courts knowing who's going to win starting the day?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, those are the best matches. They're the most fun. We get the most out of those, I think. And also, some of the teams that haven't been as good in the past, they ended up being a little better this year. So that was a challenge, and we had to overcome that. But we had some good matches. So.
All right, congratulations on a good run here so far. Have fun.
Thank you.
And we'll turn to Coach now. Dan, what do you think? Would the girls perform the way you would have hoped to see this year?
Actually better. I think I thought we were a better team this year than last year. As Selena said, we have a little bit more depth. So we're stronger at the bottom, perhaps, than we are at the top, and that's helped us.
You get ready for playoff time. As a coach, how much goes into trying to pick that perfect lineup or the best lineup that you could put out there?
I think it's very important figuring out how we can best match up with the other teams. Some of them we've played already, so when we get an opportunity to play them again, we can maybe take a look. You can put together 3 different lineups to play in sections. So we've got 3 different lineups, and we'll see how we do with those. Well, our goal is to see if we can get to the semis. That's a huge goal for us. But I think, as you mentioned earlier, there's a lot of parity. We have 2 very strong teams, Moundsview and Centennial, and then the rest of us might be fairly evenly matched.
And as far as playoff prep, do you do anything different practice-wise? Do you kind of talk to them about, okay, now is when it really gets serious, or is that just understood?
No, I think we started from day one saying we want to play our best tennis at the end of the season, not at the beginning, and we want to beat some teams that have beaten us in the past. So that's our goal, is to get better and better and better. So our best match is our last match.
All right, thanks for joining us, Dan. Good luck in the sections.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right, Maple Grove girls tennis getting set for Section 5 AA play, which starts later this week. We'll be back to put the finishing touches on Sports Jam right after this.
Channel 12 brings you everything you need to stay informed about the local political issues that affect you with Local Vote 2012.
Watch candidate profiles every day on 12 News and check them out again on our website, 12.tv.
Tune in to Channel 12 and see your candidates debate in local candidate forums.
Then turn to Channel 12 to see the results of the voting live on election night. It's Local Vote 2012 on Channel 12 and 12.tv.
Our game of the week is a Lake Conference football battle. Unbeaten Wayzata hosts Edina in a top 10 matchup. The game is Friday at 7 o'clock. Watch it Saturday night at 8:30 and 11 p.m. or Sunday afternoon at 5 here on Channel 12. And that'll wrap up this week's Sports Jam as we hit the month of October.
Hard to believe the playoffs will be coming up soon, starting in girls tennis later this week. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time on Sports Jam.